So we're continuing on with the EX missions for the Android 19 and Gero Red Zone stage. We are now up to Mission B, which limits us to using 4 Android Cell Saga category characters on our team without using support items. Luckily, there are no turn restrictions, and this is how I did it with a free-to-play team. This was the lineup that I ended up using. My 4 Android Cell Saga units are the AGL Trunks, SBR EZA Trunks, the Big Bang Vegeta, who recently got an EZO on JP, and Super Trunks as well. Then for my remaining units, I needed a leader, so I used Tien and Chaozu. Since Gero and 19 are STR, any AGL units is nice. And I'll be using the Super EZA for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't want to limit myself not using him for those time-restricted missions. I'd rather complete it than not complete it and the missions go away. You know what I mean? So I let myself use it here. I think he's kind of necessary because of the fact that we can't really do that much damage. And then for the friend leader, we use Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. And because there's no turn restriction, we're allowed to we can change him into Vegito with no problem. So let me show you guys the gameplay. All right, so we are jumping in straight away. On turn 1, just finished Super Saiyan 3 Goku's super attack. Unfortunately, we weren't able to kill Gero here. Luckily, these guys do not absorb Ki Blast super attacks. I think that was one of the hardest challenges. A lot of good free-to-play units do have Ki Blast supers. I know the recording was a little bit late, but we got it. We got it in. I almost forgot that I needed to record, but yeah, these guys are not too bad. They don't hit too hard. Of course, they can still do super attacks on us and deal damage, but for the most part, the team is looking pretty good. Because there's a lot of future Saga units as well, the Duo Blue units are actually going to perform okay here as well. They'll get their intro buff. And then Trunks actually gets his final KO here, because we need that for the extra stat boost. And luckily, Gero is on that sliver amount of HP. So he actually even gets boost versus multiple enemies. So he's not a bad pick, and he's AGL. Just make sure you don't do his 12 key, because it is a key-based super. He didn't actually kill there. But luckily, the additionals comes through, and we were able to take out Gero, so we proc that bit of passive. And then I can put the blue boys in the second slot, getting those additionals, which is very good. That extra bit of damage. They are pretty weak since the androids are not in Realm of God, so they don't get the extra attack and defense buff. But luckily, there is no turn restriction on this, so it doesn't really matter that it's taking a long time. We can just set things up slowly. It does matter a little bit for Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because obviously he gets weaker and weaker. I guess not weaker and weaker, but like he'll get weak by turn 7. So then we have this turn right here. I'm always keeping Super Saiyan 3 Goku on the other rotation, although they link really well with the blue boys with Fierce Battle and whatnot. I just needed to make sure I had a tank on one rotation. And of course, this will kill 19. So we move on to the next phase here, which is the annoying boss right here. So very terrible rotation, I would say. Like, very scary. And we were not able to get the 18 key with the blue boys as well. And Trunks here will get the extra key, so I didn't need to grab too much. I didn't remember how much key Super Saiyan 3 Goku had at the start of the turn, so just making sure, because Trunks didn't really need to get all that key. And unfortunately, yeah, that doesn't really matter for the blue boys. I wish I had given them the 18 key, because they could have done something a little bit extra right there. But these guys do not do any sort of key-based super. The only one that does right now is the Trunks on a 12 key. And we do take a super, but luckily we have Trunks' dodge. He only gets, what, is it 20%? No, 15% per Vegeta's family other than himself. I forgot. It's 20%? I don't remember. And then Trunks takes a whopping bit of damage right there. We do have the Icarus item, so that gives us like a little bit of HP back. And then we got a really nice rotation where a lot of the hits are against Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which I have no issues with tanking these guys, since he can dodge, and then he gets that defense buff, and then post-super buff as well. Vegeta has the great chance to guard because of the Trunks being Mastered Evolution. get the dodge right there. 11 million attack stat. So as long as the Gero and 19 don't super Vegeta, we'll be all good. And that is the case right there. I would say, like, if maybe you got the guard, it would have been pretty close to death. Because these guys can lower defense. Trunks does do key base supers, unfortunately. But his defense stats are just too good not to bring him onto the team for that survivability. Like, I could trust him on taking normals on the stage. Vegeta does get his guard, and he still takes 50,000. It's ridiculous. Well, why is that? Why is that? It does allow us to transform, though. So we get into that Vegeta, and because we drop under the 50% HP, we can active skill as well straight away, which is awesome. And that's pretty much what we needed in order to win. So here is Vegito. Beautiful. You can tell it's my first time actually getting this transformation off. And then we can use the active skill. I only have legendary power, which kind of sucked. And then we get... I think we get the crit here. I'm pretty sure this guy had 8 crit, and we got lucky enough and got the crit. Which was actually very, very helpful, because I think it actually came pretty close in order to win. So this punch does 6.6. So yeah, that critical comes through. Then we put him in the first slot. Very, very poor rotations for me. I should have kept maybe the Prime Battle Trunks on rotation. Would have been better. And then I couldn't even get Super Battle Trunks. An 18 key super, which kind of sucks. He will get key for being in that slot, but if it gets to that point, it can be pretty scary because he doesn't have any dodge through the passive. It's only through his in potential, which I do have at like 25 or something. But we get another critical with the 18 key super. I was like, thank God. Each 12 keys only like 3.6, which kind of sucks. And thankfully, the 12 keys are not key-based supers. Unlike Broly. Broly was my first answer to try and get these missions done. But because his 12 key on his transform state is a key-based super, I just couldn't use it unless he was able to one-shot with 118 key super, which I very much doubted. And then we didn't get the additional supers after that. So a little bit of HP left. And we do have Chaozu and Tien going for the kill. They do get an additional, which is nice. I think this was not enough to kill, but they got the additional. And even if they didn't do the additional, I can guarantee their safety there. And then Trunks gets the 12 key and kill. So that is the Android Cell Saga mission completed with a free-to-play variant team with an assistance of a Super Easy A. But I think it was definitely necessary. We were about to die right there. If you guys did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with notification bell on. Check out my social medias linked in the description. And thank you to my members for supporting the channel. If you'd like to become a member yourself, first link in the description. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace.